Hello and Assalamu alaikum to my Muslim viewers. James White has come up with literally some complete nonsense about Acts of the Apostles. So much so that I want to inform people that James White does not know who Richard Pervo is. Richard Pervo completely debunks Acts of the Apostles. But anyways, James White makes the claim that Acts of the Apostles is a historically reliable book, and this video is me proving him wrong that Acts of the Apostles is not a historically reliable book. In fact, Acts of the Apostles is one of the worst books out there in terms of church history. So let's hear Dr. James White on Acts.
Acts of the Apostles is one of the most incredibly historically accurate books in all of history itself, and that has been demonstrated by entire volumes that my opponent has never even looked at because he only...
To my Muslim viewers, and hello to my non-Muslim viewers. This video is a response to James White on how reliable is Acts of the Apostles. Dr. White does not know who Richard Pervo is. Richard Pervo is a biblical scholar who I mentioned in our brief discussion. Richard Pervo has a short but brilliant book called The Mystery of Acts, copyright 2004, I think it was written 2004 or 2003. I don't remember, but anyways, it's a short book that's brilliant. It talks about just how Acts of the Apostles is a book full of propaganda and fiction. I mean, Acts of the Apostles is not a book of church history. It's basically a book of propaganda. It's a book of fiction. There's a lot of problems with Acts of the Apostles. The fact is, we don't know who wrote Acts, and we don't know who wrote the Gospel of Luke. Both Acts of the Apostles and the Gospel of Luke are written by the same anonymous Greek author. We don't know who wrote both these books. So that's a problem. Another problem is that Acts of the Apostles gets a lot of stuff about Paul wrong. If you read Paul's letters and if you read Acts of the Apostles, there are major contradictions. Whoever wrote Acts of the Apostles did not know Paul at all, because Acts of the Apostles contradicts Paul in a lot of places. So the Acts of the Apostles is not reliable. As for these multi-volumes he's talking about, again, I think he's just making it up. A lot of scholars, even conservative scholars, say that Acts of the Apostles is not a book of history. It's a book of propaganda. It's not a historical, reliable book. Acts of the Apostles is not a historical book about the apostles. It's a book of propaganda and fiction. Dr. White just won't accept that for some bizarre reason. He's completely failed to show that Acts is a reliable book.